Welcome to the second tutorial for learning C programming. In this, we are going to cover up the concept of decision making, that is if else. And we are going to implement that concept using the even odd program. So before we start with the even odd program, you should know what is if else statement, right? So if you have to decide something on the basis of certain conditions, you use if. The syntax is you write down if, then within brackets you write down your expression on the basis of which the decision has to be taken. Then the statements which have to be executed if the statement is true, that is the Boolean expression is true, they have to be followed by this if statement. Now what if you want to do something if the condition given in the if statement is false? You're going to put those set of statements in else part. Now this is a simple example saying that if you have to take the age of a user and if the age is less than equal to 1, you're going to print a message saying that it is infant. Now what if there are multiple conditions on the basis of which you have to take decisions? Like in this particular program, the second condition is if the age is greater than 1 and less than equal to 18, that means the age lies between 1 and 18, then you're going to print kid. So again in the else part, you have to take your decision on the basis of a condition. So you just don't write if and then else. You put in else if. And the third part is what if both the parts given above, that is the portion given in if part and else if part is false. The compiler is going to come to the third part of else and it is going to print that you're an adult. Now let us start with the program to find out if the given number is even or odd. Let's begin with the logic first. Now how do you actually find out in maths whether a given number is even and odd? What do? Is we divide it by 2. So let us take a few examples. Say if 5 is divided by 2, the quotient that you get is 2 and the remainder that you get is 1. Again similarly for 4, the quotient is 2, the remainder is 0. For 7, the remainder is the quotient is 3 and the remainder is 1. So the decision whether the given number is even or odd is dependent upon the remainder, not on the quotient. So we say if a number is completely divisible by 2, it is even. By that we mean if the remainder is 0, it is even. So the operator that is used for division is given below. For remainder operator, to specifically find a remainder, you use % symbol, right? Now let us write the code for this. The first statement would obviously be you're going to include the header file, which includes the meaning for printf and scanf, that is stdio.h. Then the main function from where the compilation would begin. Then we have declared a variable in which we are going to read the value of the number. So we are going to print a message on the screen saying enter a number that you want to find out is even or odd. Then we are going to read that number in the variable num using the scanf statement. Now since the number is of integer type, the format specifier is %d here. Then the main decision is dependent upon this particular statement. If num remainder operator 2 is equal to 0, that means if the remainder is 0, then it is completely divisible. So we are going to print the message saying that the number is even. Otherwise, the message would be the number is odd. For any questions, you can write to us on the email IDs given and you can visit our Facebook page. Thank you so much for listening patiently.